Comfortable, everyone? First, Laura is a bit cold. Okay. Let's start it. Good evening, and thanks for coming. How do we start this? What are we here for? Let's just start with that. Say again. What are we here for? Any volunteers? What are we here for? बोलो यार क्या हुआ?
I think I'm here for just to know the journey and what you've gone through and how it has been for you. And the title there, you are pointing towards who am I? So I thought the talk will be based on that. It's good to explore that question.
Okay, good. So, to know my journey and to understand to know Shoonyo's journey and then to understand well. Okay, good. And then other people's.
I also had the same question many times in my mind, the topic itself. And I asked many people, and, they said that you only will come to know about it. You don't need to ask it.
Yes.
But still, I have the same question many times. People
Okay.
So I know the answer is I have to find out myself, but I need something which helped me to go into that way. When I got to know this particular topic, I only got excited that okay, fine. I wanted to know something.
Right.
And also one point that there are people, it is more important than that 2 points that I said. To know how are the people around, like the people around you, how they are in the journey of exploring this, how they are placed in the journeys, like where they are journeys of question, and what are
Okay, so you want to know what's the journey of Shoonyo being like. You want to know who you are really, and more important than all these questions, you want to know how other people place in this journey. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
the same thing, like, who am I? So, like, when you hear this question a lot of times, and like, you ask yourself also, who am I? I mean, you know certain things, how, like, who you are, but I don't think so. Like, but then too, this questions keep popping in your head, like, am I, like, whatever I'm doing, is it really me, like, or am I something else, or am I trying to do something else, or something like that? So, maybe this talk on this session will help me to get the, not the exact answer, maybe it will help me to understand.
Okay, good.
I have a very simple reason as to why I'm here, because with the sheer curiosity of knowing, because the entire topic of who am I, as it is, has been a very, has been a question that has been popping to everyone's head every now and then. But for me, it was uh, very interesting that this is the first time I heard you, like, so she shared with me, and I came to know who is also studying. Then for me, it's been very interesting as to the person Shoonyo, like, what has actually been doing. Into, when you talk about the who am I, what has been your own experiences of exploring this particular movie? So, it's not
Okay.
So I'm a pretty skeptic guy. You don't take any word for anything. Laid out that anyone else can help me explore myself. I'll have to do that myself. But perhaps someone else can suggest some ways or something that might help. So that's it.
Good. I look skeptical. Skeptical. Okay.
Maybe I have
Ajay.
this.
I had no choice. This is my place, so I'm deciding. You can say that. It's promising, okay? Good.
No,
So, really
when
encouraged.
we gather in this place, it's very energetic. This place becomes very energetic.
Right.
And other thing thoughts, waves and the house raising, there's a continuation.
Okay. Okay. You'll keep waiting for the positive thoughts in this session. You'll see what I'm saying this. But yeah.
I heard
Nothing more specific. Ajay. After the
I heard you from a friend of mine only.
Okay.
So I will come in for it. But it's a point.
Mhm. Okay. Actually, best to get on the same page first to begin with. English, clear? Hindi, Kannada. Good idea. So it'll be best to get on the same page to begin with. Let me start this story. There was this man. He was an acrobat. Acrobat रास्ते पे कुछ दिखाता है करतब वगैरह दिखाते हैं रस्सी पे चलना है right? And he had a daughter, very small daughter. Okay. So what they used to do together, he used to do one of the tricks together. He used to take a stick and place it, balance it on his head. And then she used to climb on the stick and stand at the top of the stick. Him still balancing. Get the picture? Get the picture? No? So he's balancing a stick. लकड़ी को अपने सर पे balance कर रहा है, कुछ रख के balance, and then starts climbing on the stick. She climbs all the way to the top of the stick, and उसके ऊपर खड़ी हो जाती है. She stands at the top of the stick. Okay, that's one of the tricks is to show. Nobody has accepted? That's it? Okay. तो कहाँ तक चला?
Start with the question.
Where's the start? Welcome, guys.
Sorry.
Sorry. So there's this guy, an acrobat. You know acrobats, right? They show some tricks. They walk on a rope and things on the street. This used to happen in ancient India. And there's this guy who does a trick with his daughter. His daughter's a very small girl. The trick they do is he balances a stick on his head, piece of wood on his head, and this girl climbs on his shoulder and climbs on the stick all the way up to the end of the stick, and then stands on the stick, and they're balancing that way. Then she comes down. So they do this trick every now and then. Now this acrobat is not a normal acrobat. He has something of the essence of Zen in him. So one fine day, he's speaking to his daughter, and he says, let's do one thing today. Today when we do the trick, how about you pay attention to me to make sure that I'm balancing, I'm doing my job well. I'm balancing the stick and you well. And I'll keep my attention on you to make sure you're doing the right thing. The girl thought, I'm sure the girl was his master's, right? The acrobat's not. So she goes, no, Dad, I don't think that will work. You pay attention to what you're doing. I pay complete attention to what I'm doing. Won't work either way out. Yes, sir? Will it really work the other way out? Yeah. Or you speak Hindi? You speak Hindi? Good. You're going to talk in Hindi now. I'm just kidding. So, do you think, will it really work if he pays attention on her, pays attention on her? It won't. That's how relationships are. That's how understanding the world is. You can't understand what space are other people in and understand life that way. You have to understand yourself first. You have to understand. This cannot be emphasized more. You have to understand yourself first. It will not work otherwise. See, if we do not know who we really are, if we don't know who are we ourselves in a sense, can we meet the other person? Can we meet others? So you are right? You want to meet me. You want to know me. You want to know me. What do you ask me? What do you ask me if you want to know me? Throw some questions.
Who are you?
Sorry?
Who are you?
Yes. Who are you? That's a good question. And when you are asked who are you, how do you respond?
I am.
Good. I'm
So and so.
I am so and so. So you give your name. Why does that happen? Are you your name?
It depends.
Depends. So some of them are their names and some of them are not their names.
Okay.
See, we got the name after you were born, after a few days. Before we got the name, we were still there. Yes, sir. Do you see where am I driving at? When you are asked, who are you? How do we respond? We don't share who we are with people. We share what do we take ourselves as, what is our assumption behind who we are, which is the name, everything around the name, the degree that we hold, the qualification, the role that we play in the society or in the corporate. Yes, are you? Yes. So are you really answering the question, who are you? Or are you telling them you? Are you meeting them? Or are you showing something about you to them?
About me.
About you. Are you getting this? Are you with me? So do you want to meet me or do you want to meet about me? What do you want to meet? Whom do you want to meet? If you want to meet about me, I can give you my entire history. I was born in so and so city. My parents came this name, and I studied. Everything. All of us have that story. The entire story till date comes from the past. Right? Am I the story of my past till date?
No.
If I'm not, does about me make any sense if you want to meet me? If you want to meet me, does about me make any sense? Will you be able to meet me through about me? Or will you meet this layer of my story and you'll not meet me anyway? Is this story of me not in the way of you and me meeting each other? Do you hear me, guys?
It helps.
Does it really help to meet me, or does it help to meet about? I keep my story, you keep my story. We both focus on the story, and we both don't really meet.
Then how do we really meet?
Yes, we come to it. We come to it. It's not about answering the questions. It's first of all about what's of essence. Is meeting me of essence, or is understanding my journey of essence? I'm answering all your questions right now. You want to know the journey of Shoonyo. Is that Shoonyo? That's about Shoonyo, right? That's about Shoonyo. Will it be of any use meeting about Shoonyo? Shoonyo is here. Shoonyo is here. We go to a person, we face a being, we face a soul in a particular body, and we completely cancel the soul by asking the story about the soul, story about the person. So, what did you do? How did you do it? What's your qualification? And so on. Both of us focusing totally on the story, not meeting each other directly. We do that all the time. Is that story, that journey, that about me of any significance if you really want to look at it? Is there any heart in the story? Or is that information in the story? You left your information.
Sometimes there are informations there, sometimes there is also not. Depending upon what you are saying.
Are there emotions in the story?
Yeah, sometimes.
So is emotions heart?
Uh,
Is the emotions that you're calling the heart?
no, beyond that, I think depending on what type of story, I think if you're just sharing what you have done, like the resume part of you, then it might be just information.
What will I have to share if you want to meet me?
What are your experiences regarding
Are my experiences me?
somewhat?
Yeah, really?
Some of your experiences makes you
They shape me. Okay, let's open this up. Let's open this up. So I have an experience based on which I take life as positive. Okay,
And that's
Is-
your experience.
that's my experience. Yeah. So is life really positive or negative the way I take it?
Not really.
I have an experience through which I judge myself in a certain way, saying I'm smart at this, I'm not smart at this.
it depends upon your
Hang
magnitude.
on, hang on, hang on, hang on. You want to meet me
Yeah.
or you want information about me? If you want logical information about me or want to logically understand me, then we can discuss it this way. If you want to meet me, hold on to this for a second. Any information about me? I have judged myself in a certain way. I have my definitions of myself. Right? These definitions of myself are those me, based on my experiences again. Based on my experiences. Are those judgments or definitions of me really me? Or have I extracted something from one experience, generalized it, and said, I am like this? Because I was that even before the experience of I. Somebody else could have taken the same experience and defined oneself in a different way, couldn't they? So, do experiences really define me, or I choose to define myself in that way? Is that authentic me, or is that my choice of definition? Is that anything to do with me? Is that anything to do with my essence?
Essentially, you're choosing your
Choosing
own
it.
definition.
Sorry?
Essentially, what one does is he or she chooses his or her own definition and they choose to define themselves in a certain way.
Right.
And this me is also transient. It's like me yesterday was different from
Perfect.
me today.
Perfect.
Like
Very good.
a big growing also. Like
Very good.
It will be a static.
Very good. So, all this transient me that is part of the story about me, is that really me, or is that a story about me? Do you want me the transient me, which is gone, the experience which is gone, or do you want
It's gone, but still it changed you. It mutated you in a certain way, and which is kind of irreversible, I would say.
which is going anyways, right? Is it really irreversible? Because yesterday I was a negative thinker, and then I read a book called Positive Thinking by whoever, and I started thinking positively now. So has it really changed me, or has that incident happened, and then opposite incident happened, and this really changed me? Who am I? Which of these two? Or am I just a chaos? Am I just a accumulation of all these opposite forces with each other? Am I one or am I multiple? Am I psychotic?
And it's like, so even irreversible might not be the right word. It's like it's there. It's like history. Remains with you, and it still affects you somewhat, somehow.
Affects whom?
Your current state of being.
My current state of being is me.
A large extent.
Because it's transient, right? It's going on. How can it be?
In the moment now, it is you.
Yeah. So am I the shirt? Nice shirt? Nice shirt? Am I the shirt? Because in this current moment I'm wearing the shirt. So do I become the shirt?
No, but the thoughts which made you choose this shirt.
Are those thoughts me? Are those thoughts me? Are those thoughts me?
No, it's not entirely you, but it's a small part of you.
In essence, am I my thoughts?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Now, are you saying this because you haven't explored what is beyond thoughts? Or are you definite? I have every corner of my being and conclude that I'm my thoughts.
No, I'm saying that's what I mean.
If you're really skeptic, and if you're honestly skeptic, it's good to be honestly skeptic, then explore everything. Then doubt this conclusion as well. That so far, I know about thoughts, I know about the body, but I don't know anything beyond it. What is it that I really am?
So like science is saying things can only be disproved, they cannot be proved. Because there's always a possibility of opposing evidence. So
Yes.
I just believe that okay, this much I know, and yeah, I totally agree that. That's I'm saying this because that's the only thing.
That could be, yeah. I'm saying this because I know this so far, and there could be something beyond this as well. Right? Or maybe before this. You see why I said before this? Because everything that I know about myself or about the world, I was present before I knew any of this. Yes? Yes. I was present before I accumulated any of this knowledge about myself or about the world. So, I probably don't fit into any of this knowledge. This knowledge probably fits into me or occurs within me, which can be changed because the knowledge is different in me and different in somebody else. But me essentially cannot be directly related to this knowledge. Yes?
I think there's two kinds of me. I think there's that me you're talking about that is there's like a conventional sense of me, like I'm institutional, what people know about me, my past, my experiences, my resume, and also the body that I have as me. I think that's the sort of convention of me, on the basis that we use each other to understand.
Yeah.
And that mere thing just is real on that basis.
Yeah.
That like the name you were saying is that name myself. On this basis, yeah. But then I think there's sort of an ultimate, I think there's two kinds of that ultimately, yeah, I know that the constitute of all these qualities, they're not essentially me.
Yes.
But on this basis, to be in the world, this is me.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, like
Yes.
these things are, it's all convention.
Yeah.
And then even the body, right? It has like different things, like the feelings that it comes into context. And I think because I felt this,
Yes.
I felt this.
I felt
So these are my feelings.
Yeah.
So, but then you have those feelings
Yes.
also. What you were saying before I came, I was there, so I'm not, that feeling.
The feeling is come and gone.
Yeah.
I was present
Even
to see
the
the
consciousness and thoughts.
Yes.
Those things are also sort of not me also. But they're a constitution of what help formulate the convention of me, but not that, I don't know that. I think there's two kinds of things. I think ultimately we're not these, but we can pull them apart because we pull them apart. I know that I'm not those because I know that there's like they're in parts.
Lovely.
I don't know.
Lovely. Did you get what he said? Did you get what he said? If we take ourselves as something without fully exploring who we really are, then we'll keep living as that something all our life. And at the end of our life, we'll see that, oh, this something that I've taken myself as is not really me, so I haven't really lived my life. Yes? I have lived this life, which was a cluster of thoughts and concepts. If I take myself to be an angry person, I'm an angry person, I'm intelligent, I'm not good at sports, I'm da 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 da. these definitions, if I take myself as the cluster of these concepts, then I live through with these concepts all my life. But am I really all these concepts? Because once my teacher said you are intelligent, so I adopted that thought concept saying, okay, I'm intelligent. My friend said you're not good at sports, so I'm not good at sports. All these definitions about me, do they make me up? Or do I buy into those and then take myself to be it? Are you with me? Are you with me? Because if I bought into those, then I'm not doing justice to my life really. All these are borrowed, right, from outside? All these concepts are borrowed from outside, right? Yes? I'm not doing justice. And the more I don't do justice to myself, the more I think I am this role of mine, or this cluster of all contradictory feelings and concepts of mine, is what I keep promoting in front of others. Yes, sir. Do we do this or not? In our day-to-day chatter with people, do we not keep saying, you know, I like this, I don't like this, I do this, I'm good at this, I'm not good at this. So we keep promoting the concepts as me. Are we really meaning the other person? Or are these concepts meaning those concepts? It's information exchange about what concepts are you holding, what concepts am I holding. Now, somehow, in some occasions, right, this has to happen. When you fall in love, suddenly we're not exchanging information. We're like, whoa, I love you. There is no information exchange there. There's no comparison if you're really falling in love. Is there? Now that is really meeting, isn't it? Or is this meeting information exchange? Which one is closer to meeting each other rather than knowing about each other? Which one, guys?
I think there are levels to it.
And we're here to talk about the deepest. We're here not to explore philosophically or psychologically what we do, right? Because we've done that all our life. I'm saying unless we connect to our own essence, we cannot connect to other person's essence, and we're not doing justice to our life. There could be several layers, and we could justify how several layers exist. We could study all these layers. But no matter how we study these layers, how much we live through these layers, still not doing justice to our life. Because these depend on the definitions that we've got from outside. We're not being ourselves. Or tu कोई और है. Tu कोई और है. It's not an intellectual debate of how does psychology work. The exploration of who am I is not a psychological debate. It's not an intellectual exercise. Okay, so I have this and I do this because of that. These are all logical conclusions that we draw, right? And logic has its own limitations. Does love work in love? Love is God. God is love. Does logic work in love? Does logic work in faith? Does logic work in devotion? You have to step out of it. That's when you can call it faith, right? You have to step out of logic. That's when you can call it faith. Otherwise, can you really call it faith? This month, I have faith that I'll receive my salary. That's not faith. Come on. That's not faith. It's going to happen if you live. If you live, if you keep working for the entire month, that's meant to happen unless the company goes bust or whatever. But you don't really need faith for this. You have to go beyond logic to have faith. Somebody has cancer and they have faith There's a one. They have faith that they cure themselves and they cure themselves. That's faith. Don't know how. They heal themselves. But you have to go beyond logic, right? So it's not a logical conclusion that we can come to. We really, really want to strip all this logic apart and see who we really are. Be it and then live from it. Yes? Logic will still keep us limited into this, in this concept that we have. Okay, conceptually I now understand that I am a bubblegum. Whatever. You don't become bubblegum by logically understanding that you're bubblegum, do you? It's another definition you would carry mentally. Most of our life, we use thought, mental imagery, logic, feelings and emotions to understand words, to understand the world, to understand ourselves, to exchange information. So, there is an underlying assumption that this is the way how we understand things. The academic system, it understands through intellectual knowledge. We understand intellectually. How do we understand love? Do you sit and think? This is love. Let me get the checklist out. So this is happening. Butterflies, yes. Mind going buzz, yes. Heartbeat, yeah, fast, yes. Yeah, that's love. Can you dissect all of that and say whether it's love or not? Or you just know, oh, this is love. I'm in love. Okay. Tell me guys, it's logical well. I know it's very difficult. We have been trained so much to use logic, to use our intellectual capacity to understand. And probably that's the reason we keep failing. We keep failing to understand something which is beyond logic. So there's a centipede. You know what centipede is? Centipede? It's an insect. Yeah, it's an insect with 100 feet. It's 100 feet. Once the centipede meets a grasshopper, and this grasshopper, they meet in a bar actually, just to make it dramatic. A centipede and a grasshopper meet in a bar. Nice. So the grasshopper is a witty fellow, a shrewd fellow. And in this bar, there's dance as well. So dancing, centipede is dancing. And people are amazed at how he dances. 100 feet and still he dances, synchronizes his dance in such a beautiful way. After a little bit of dancing, another grasshopper comes to him and says, "Come, let me buy you a drink." Takes him for a drink. And then I have a question for you. How do people really dance? How do you know, out of these 100 feet, which foot to put first, which next? How do you synchronize everything? And the centipede goes, "No, think about it. I thought about it, just dance." And the grasshopper says, "I think you should really think about it. So you could improvise. Once you think about how you do it, you could improvise on it. So you should think about it." Now the centipede feels, first of all, I'm getting some compliments. Good move. Let's do something about this. You could make career out of this, he says. You could be a dance teacher. You could tell people how to dance. Now there's an intention involved. And the centipede starts thinking, how do I really dance? Goes home. And then, so what do I do? How do I dance? Yeah, he starts putting his foot, this foot first. So how do I do it? His feet get entangled in other feet and he falls down. He's unable to. Dancing is beyond the realm of thinking. Right? Do you understand? Have you danced? Can you think and dance? Okay, now let me put this ahead. Can you do that? Now this poor centipede is in a mess. It's unable to dance. It's lost it. It's gone all in his head. Wants to think and dance. Wants to think and dance. When I used to do this, I used to be so happy in my childhood. I used to be so happy before I started studying and having exams and having all the competition and the comparison and the definitions around me. I used to be so happy, and somehow I've lost it. I don't know how to dance now. I don't know how to dance. Let me think. How do you dance? How do you be happy? How do you? Should I? Should I pose in front of the person? Should I do? How do I be happy? Go on, collect enough money, and then when I have a car and a house, then I'll be happy. How was I happy in China? I didn't have a car, I didn't have a house. I was happy. What happened? The centipede is never dance. You know what? Do you see why? Do you see why, guys? Do you see why we're not able to be happy? Authentically, like scream anywhere, like we used to in our childhood, before mom came and said, don't scream, it's not a good habit. Keep it quiet. And yet control ourselves. Once, twice, thrice. Now guess, don't scream. Sit in one place. Control. And we hold the same control now. You don't scream anymore. You don't scream anymore in front of people. You wear good clothes. You meet them. Hello. I'm sorry. Turn ourselves into robots. This is not a dance. Now the centipede can walk very cautiously. And it's unable to dance. Now it thinks about dancing. It's a mess. Do you see what's happening? Do you see what we've done to ourselves? Now we won't be happy again. Now we want to know who we really are. We can live ourselves rather than concepts of ours, rather than the hello. I'm sorry. You see something else? You know the story. Not your name. Are you? You've gathered these layers on the way, but have these layers complicated things or have these layers simplified things? Ask that question. Have these layers complicated things or have these layers simplified things from happiness and love perspective? If they have complicated, how long are we still going to justify the existence of these layers and the importance of these layers? And when are we starting? That cannot happen unless we know ourselves, unless we know who we are really. Am I reaching you? Am I reaching your heart? Am I reaching your head? Am I reaching your heart? You would know, I'll give you a checklist. Using that, you would know if I'm reaching your heart. Am I reaching your heart? Do you need a checklist for that? Which is there a guitar playing in the background? Is there a violin playing in the background? Yes, that I'm reaching you. Am I reaching your heart? If there's confusion, then I'm reaching you. Apart from the confusion. Who's confused? Who's confused? Anybody confused? Good question. Good question. Let us all come on the same page first. Let us all really look into one direction, look at one thing, and out of 120 minutes, if we take 119 minutes to come to that page, come to that space where we really want just one thing, it would be worth it. Because 60 seconds will be more than enough to understand already. The entire first realize, are we looking for the same thing? And we really want to look in that direction. If not, if we're happy with the layers and the complications that we've created, then that's no point. Then we'll just add this piece of information onto some layer wherever we feel it fits right and spill it up outside. See what I mean? See what I mean? So, where are we now? Do you want to dance? Come on, guys. One life. We got one life. We got one life. Every single day, every moment we lose in the complications that we have created, we're not living. Are we living? Are we living if we're living for the name that we have? Are we living?
No.
Do you want to dance? Do you want to be free like a child? Because Jesus says, only those people will be allowed in the garden of my dad, garden of my father, who are like kids. Only children will be allowed in the garden of my father. Does it say so? We say, "Bachche Bhagwan ka roop hota hai." That's child is a form of God in Hindi. We say these things and then leave those things then and there, continuing the way we're living. Why? Why? We say love is God, God is love, but leave that aside and focus all on intellect, on to get money. Why? Why do we do that? Probably because we don't know the way to get here. But if we come to know the way to get here, are we really ready? Are we really ready to step in? Because there is a way. Because there is a way. Let's tell me if you're ready. Are we ready to step into it? Are we ready to step into the heart? Yes. And not remain in the heads anymore. The head is always afraid. The head always thinks, if I am not in control, everything will happen. If I'm not controlling it, things will go wrong. There are only a few moments in our life when the heart takes over and we just do something out of our heart. Nothing really goes wrong. In fact, at the age of 80, when you turn back and look at your life, only those moments are remembered as ecstatic where the heart led. Where the heart was leading, not the head. Oh, that's what I got. Joy, that's what I got. Happiness, that's what I got. Otherwise, the head leading only takes us to achieve something, and before we can be happy about achieving this, then insecurity about, oh, what if I lose this? I need to do more. I need to achieve these four things as well. I'm saying something wrong. It's not so. From head. Not so. So, are we really ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to set them out? Because it's not going to be free. It's not going to be free. That's the rest thing I want. It's got the head. Now towards the head. Now towards everything that we have in the head. However, everything that we have in the head, all the concepts about ourselves, the world, and everything, is not true anyway, is it? Is it true? Or is it adopted? It's not a big risk. Look from here. Is it a big risk? Look, from here, we're not living our life anymore. My life will be done. This is not our life. This is not who we are. So if we really drop this and start living from the heart, is it a big risk? It's not our life anyway. It's a big risk. Bolo yaar, is it a big risk? It's not.
It depends.
Yes. I can carry on.
But some people base the whole lives on that logic.
Yeah, most of us.
So
Most of us do.
if that's all you know, then of course it's a big risk.
Yeah. And big risk.
Mhm.
But when it comes to the heart, if you ask Romeo, or Shakespeare actually, then it's just a character. You see what I mean? From here, it doesn't make sense. Have you seen Titanic? Have you seen Titanic? So in Titanic, Rose and Jack, Rose and Jack. Rose tells to Jack, when the ship docks, this is before the crisis of the ship docks. For her love, it's just been a day or so. And she says, when the ship docks, I'm coming with you. And she's got a fiance there. She's going to kiss the fiance. And within one day, she's chosen that I'm coming with you. Because this is love, this is freedom. This is where she is alive. I'm coming with you. And Jack says, that doesn't make sense. Jack says, that doesn't make sense. To which Rose says, that's why I trust it. So it doesn't make sense to you. Hence I trust it. You see what's happening? Jack is completely in his head, calculated and saying, hang on, you've got such a good life. You're up there, I don't even have money. It doesn't make sense to me for you to come with me. He's in his head. And she's in love. She says, that's why I trust it. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make sense here. Just because at some point in our life we set a goal and said that the ball has to be in the goal. Does the ball really have to be in the goal? No, we said it. Who said the ball has to be in the goal? I'm talking about football here, just to give context to people. That's not supposed to. We set a goal post and we define that the ball has to be in the goal. It's a game we have defined, right? When we play a game, we define the rules of the game. And then we say the ball has to be in the goal. That's when it's a goal. Does the ball really have to be in the goal? Does the ball really have to be in the goal? Because I've seen kids playing, enjoying more than these players who have defined the rules. Just kicking the ball here and there, having more fun with the ball. The ball doesn't have to be in the goal. We define it. Now we're stuck with the definition. We're stuck with the goal we have created, not being happy with it, struggling towards it, and still working towards it, and then saying that it is a big risk. Big risk to what? We defined it. Didn't we? We defined it. We become more serious about that definition than our own life. We're using the currency of our life to get something that we define, and it's not giving us any joy. Is it fair? Is it fair? And in the midst of all this, we don't know who we are. In the midst of all this, setting up goals and working towards it, we don't know who we are. And all the energy is being spent towards the definitions and the goals that you've created. Fair. Let's take a deep breath. This is going to happen, knowing who we really are. Let's come back to it. If required, we redefine life. If required, we redefine the game and play it in a different way. This time, for fun, for joy, for love, as against for a goal which some outsider came and created, and we started buying into it and learning towards it. Why not? What is at risk is the definition of the outsider, of the society. We're not at risk, we're still here. We just don't know. We're here, not at risk. Are we? Do you see what I'm saying? Reaching? Not reaching. Still connected? Not connected. Am I reaching you? Guys, don't badly at me. I get scared. Am I reaching? Yes? Yes? Now what do we do? Now, do you see there is sense in first knowing who we really are or not? Because some of us do see the thing, and some of us are waiting for others to get to see the sense so we can talk beyond this. Do we see there is sense? No. Do we see that life doesn't hold any meaning if we don't know where we are? It doesn't make any difference anyway. That the age of 90, 100, we live to 100, 110, whatever you choose to, or whatever happens. At that age, if you look back, and if you're like 100 of you, there'll be 100 different stories of how you lived, right? So this happened in my life. At this point, something else could have happened, and my life could have gone a different way. And then something else could have happened, and there could be 100 or a million options of how the life could have turned out. And I'm here now, at the end. Does the story make any difference? Does the story make any difference? The only thing that makes difference is, did you live your life, or did you live a life by others in the surrounding? Does that make a difference? When you look back and see, oh, I didn't live my life. I lived based on the definition of others. As against, you look back and, yeah, that was a good ride. I lived my life. I expressed myself completely. I danced when I danced. I sang when I want to sing. Not just in the bathroom. I lived my life. You see the contrast?
I have a question. So if we're not here to be lawyers and doctors, if we're not here to be lawyers and doctors and mothers and fathers ultimately, then and we use those to define who we are, like I'm your father, all these things that we use to define us, myself, me, you, everybody. We use that. Then, if we peel away all these things, what are we then doing here in order to dance and sing? Where are we? Sort of who are we then if we're not any of these things ultimately?
Good. Now we're converging to who are we really, first of all? Who are we really, first of all? And from there, if required, you choose to be a doctor or engineer, nothing.
But that's a moment by moment thing. I can live in cancer.
Yeah, you can.
Or cancer.
Yeah.
So I actually, because that thing doesn't last long, I can't do that, right? If it's not really permanent.
Yeah.
That's kind of not static.
Yeah.
Even now it's not static. So then.
Yeah. Even you, as you know yourself, or as you take yourself to be, doesn't seem static. Right?
So the idea, the empire of me is not a static, entity.
Yes.
So because on that basis, I'm not static, then the essence of the I must not really be there also.
Okay.
Like if I use all these phenomena
Do you
to
see
define
this? Do you see the seeing of that? Now we're converging, guys.
in the parts of the fan, I see.
You and me, we're converging now. So you see the three ways of the back, right? We can switch the stand on that rotating or rotating. The three blades move. the center part of the fan at the bottom moves, right? So the entire fan moves, rotates. Does everything rotate? Or some parts of the fan rotate, and there is something in the center which is there's something which is fixed, right? It doesn't rotate. Without that, fan cannot rotate. Or if even that starts rotating, then what? The ceiling doesn't rotate. What if the ceiling starts rotating as well? And the Earth is rotating anyway. Will we call it a fan? Everything around it rotates as well. Will we call it spinning? You see what I mean? So for something to rotate or something is moving, there are things moving, your definitions about yourself, your feelings, your emotions, the thoughts that we have. One thought comes, 2 minutes later, we have been through 10 such thoughts and we are under that thought. So the thoughts come and go. Feelings come and go. The mood comes and goes. Emotions come and go. There must be something which is fixed, which knows that these things are coming from. Otherwise, how would you know? If you're coming and going as well, who would know that this thing is coming along? Since your childhood, you know how many times you think. Depends on whether you can recollect it now or not. But when you were angry, and at that point in time, you were, and there was right? You were, and there was thought. 3 years later, something's happening. In the middle of the day, you are, and there is an emotion. You are, and there's a feeling. 6 years later, you are, and there's a movement. What's common? What is it that's remained fixed all this while? That has seen all the things changing. If you're here for the talk, if you're here to find out who am I, this is not the point where you close your eyes, because the mind will want to put you to sleep at this point. Now we're reaching the crux, or we should reaching the core. Do you see what I mean? Are you with me? So things have been moving, and something in us knows that these things are moving. Everything we know has moved. Everything we know has moved. There's something that knows what has moved. Has that moved? And that's something which knows, has that changed? This is not the point where you start wandering, where you let your mind wander towards anything else. This is the point where you really be present here. Really be present here, each and every one of you. Look, we'll come back to this point in a minute. There is there's a big castle which has just one exit. Okay, it's a big castle. There's just one exit, and the king of this territory put a blind man in the castle. The door wasn't locked. The door wasn't locked. Put the blind man in the castle, and this man has to find his way out. Can't use his eyes, he's blind. Keeps using his stick, and keeps touching the wall. Keeps walking all the time. It's a huge castle. It would take days and days, maybe months, for this man to go and touch every single wall in spite of being blind. In fact, because he's blind, it will take a long time. He doesn't have memory, can't even remember if he's been through this particular path or not. You see the predicament? See the problem? See the problem? Now this man keeps walking, keeps touching the wall, keeps walking, and he's about to hit the door. He's about to touch the door after 3 months of wandering in the castle. And at that point, sneezes. He keeps walking, takes another 2 steps. Again, puts the hand, the door is passed by, touches the wall. He doesn't realize that the door is gone. And to come to this point again is another 3 months of wandering in the castle. Are you with me, guys? The man is blind. The man is blind. Another 3 months pass. He's come back to the same point, and suddenly his head starts scratching. Scratches his head. Door's gone. Keeps moving. I'll take another 3 months to have that opportunity of window to hit the door. But because it's become a pattern, it's become a habit, something else will come up. He'll start coughing maybe. We don't know. So when the door's here, shut the mind. Keep it aside. Really focus. Really be present here. Don't let it wander. What the hell is the mind going to do anyway by wandering? Think about the same things that it has thought all this life. Be in the same zone of what we know. We're exploring something that we don't know, right? We're exploring something of the unknown that we don't know, that does not contain in our knowledge so far. And the mind right now wants to think about something. We're here for this job. We're here to understand who I am, and the mind wants to wander, to think something else which is irrelevant in this moment. Is it not? Are we grocery shopping right now? What's the point in thinking about the grocery shopping? It makes sense to use this window of opportunity, right? So stay here. For our own sakes, please stay here. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay close to me. Yeah? All of you? Okay. So, things come and go. Thoughts come and go. Emotions come and go. Feelings come and go. Is there any feeling that has remained throughout our lives constant till date? No? In that case, I cannot be that. Because I have been constant. There is something that has watched everything coming. We are to check what's permanent. We are here for permanent. Who am I really? The feelings that come in front of me, thoughts that come in front of me, come and go, come and go, come and go. Today I think this is right. Tomorrow I think something else is right. The concepts of what's right and what's wrong, that has come and go. It's adopted. The concept that this is good for me, this is not good for me. Cannot be really sure. Sometimes it's the best thing is the best. Right? We get this guys. So we cannot be very sure about that. And that thought is come later. That has come and that is gone. There's something that is kept watching that knows all the things that come and go. Yes? Yes? Do you have a sense of this something that is kept watching all the time? Do you have a sense of this something that watches all the time? Something that has been watching. Do you have a sense of it? Not can you think about it? Do you have a sense of it? Yes. Now this sense doesn't hold any knowledge involves. Doesn't have any opinions about it. It's just a sense of the person. Do you see me? Do you see me? Small exercise. Yes? You see me? And do you see that you're seeing me? Do you see me? And do you realize that you are seeing me? So you can see you seeing me. So you see me as well as you see yourself seeing me. Yes? So who's this seeing from behind the eyes? That can see you as well as see me. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this?
Isn't it just the mind being aware of itself? Being aware of itself?
The mind,
Nothing more than
the mind being aware of itself?
like the mind being aware that it's being aware.
What do you mean by the mind? Because mind has different definitions in Buddhism and Zen and in different languages. Because Zen would take it as the universal. So it depends on what you want to talk
Like the mind on the basis of my mind. Like the observer in this case.
In this case, the observer. Okay.
Like behind these eyes.
Yes.
You were mentioning behind our eyes who's watching
Yes.
you. I was saying that it's the, I think it's the mind that is being aware of itself.
Okay. So something, there's a reason I'm not giving a word to it. You see why? Something that's observing, you observing, something that's observing you, seeing, and the object of sight. That's something. Do you have the sense of it? I would like to be with the sense of it rather than name it with mind, observe, or anything else. Because the moment you name it and give more weightage to the name, that becomes a part of a thought rather than being it. Right? Centipede. The moment you start defining, oh, this is the mind, I put it in this category, I put this observation in this category, and this is this. You're again labeling things. And you won't be able to dance. Dance is more in the being of it, right? Than defining it. So this observer that can see that you're seeing, Shoonyo, this observer, you have a sense of this observer, and is this observer closer to yourself? Or is the definition of this observer closer to yourself? This observer, in a sense, and as it is, as it watches, is that closer to you? Or is the definition of it? Or you or your mind, your thoughts closer to you? It's a good answer. That silence there is a good answer. With it? You with it, my friend?
No.
Okay. Let's do it something else. You said you're not with it. So I really want to do this. Really want to do this. Shoot.
No, I know what you were saying, like labels and like logically, you know. I was only speaking on that basis, like on the conventional sense, that like using the body, using the eyes, and what's sort of behind that, what's what you were saying is always watching. That seeming omniscient, or not omniscient, omnipresent kind of an entity of, you know. But you were saying that there's something that's always, you know, been aware that all this stuff has been changing. And
yes. Yeah, so far I'm just saying, not talking about the omnipresent. I won't talk about the omnipresent because I would like you experience would be wrong with that. But I would like it to be more of your own experience than me talking about it. See what I mean? So I would like to point you, and hence it says pointing towards who am I. I'm not going to take you there. I'm going to point, and you have to look, not at my finger, you have to look where I'm pointing. And even for a moment, if you're able to look at that, then anything I say is irrelevant. Just see it. And you can be with it. You can be with yourself. You can be you. See what I mean? And if that happens, then stop listening. You can just be there, stop listening to the words that I'm saying. See what I mean? So far, something that knows that looking towards an object is happening, that thinking is happening. We think, right? We think, all of us think. That thinking is happening, something knows that thoughts exist, thinking is happening. Yes? Will we have thinking is happening? We know something knows that things are happening. Something knows motion something knows I'm reacting. Something knows my head is something knows everything. There's something. Can we just feel something? If you simply here and not be with anything else outside for these 120 minutes, can we be with this something for a moment without thinking about anything, without giving any weightage to any other thought? And the thoughts will come. There could be a thought. And we can choose to not give it, not go along with it, not let the thought lead us into anything. And just stay here with the sense of the observer, sense of witnessing. We have the sense of this witnessing. Now, tell me, do thoughts exist because of this witnessing, or does this witnessing exist because of the thoughts? Can thoughts exist if this witnessing is not happening? Can thoughts exist? Yes? How would you know? If you're not witnessing. Are you with me, buddy? Are you with me?
So I feel like what I have experienced in pockets and patches.
In this moment.
In this moment also.
In this moment. Okay, look at this. Bangalore traffic. We are not familiar with Bangalore traffic. And that's a thought. What picture comes up in your minds as I said road traffic?
Daily experience.
In the experiences, pictures of you being in the traffic, lots of cars and vehicles, roads. Cluttered with these people who are responsible for the traffic, not us. But hang on, we are in the traffic, aren't we? We are part of the traffic. We are the traffic. Whilst in the traffic, we are the traffic. We keep blaming the traffic, but we are part of it. Yeah? Does this picture come in your head? Now, this was a thought I gave you, right? When we were in traffic. Yeah? Or some other thought. How many people here live with their parents? Or you migrated from some other cities to this place? You live with their parents? Okay. So, I'd like you to remember your parents' place or your childhood place and the main door of your house, of your home. Home, the house. The main door of your home. Open it. Open the door. And you're about to step in. You there? You there? Now, this is a thought I gave you about the home, the childhood. How many of you are thinking about the Bangalore traffic? Why not? You're not. So what happened? What happened? Let's look at this closely. This is a very precious game. Let's look at this closely. How really thoughts work? How does consciousness work? So you had one thought about Bangalore traffic. I gave you that thought. It could have been from your memory. In this case, an external stimulus gave you that thought, and you started thinking about it. How did you take the thought? How many of you took the thought when I gave it? When I said traffic? Please raise your hands. Yes? Raise your hand. Yes. So what did you do in order to take the thought? Suppose one of us was thinking about something else. They didn't have their attention here. Would they take the thought? They won't. So you must have and verify this yourselves. Don't take it at face value. Take nothing at face value. Nothing that I say at face value. I give you a thought. You put your attention on this thought. That's when you start engaging with this thought. And then you can play with it. You can think about traffic. You can think about situations in traffic. You go to your memory. You put out a traffic scenario situation and keep thinking about it. Then, what I did was, I gave you another thought of your childhood. Then what really happened in that moment?
I stopped there.
So, did you verify this and tell me if this is correct? You took your attention back from here and put it on this, right? Then, did this happen? You put your attention on this thought?
Yes.
Then when I asked you, are you thinking about Bangalore traffic? You said no, because your attention was on this thought, right? So what happened to this thought? There was gone. So tell me, what in this moment is keeping this thought alive and not this thought alive? In your consciousness. What keeps this thought alive and not this thought alive?
Everything is not in that thing. It's just a problem.
Yes.
Nothing is past, nothing is future.
Yes.
Everything is present. So next moment, what do you think? Or what gonna happen? It's not there. So you either you.
Yes. But I'm looking at the mechanism of how we keep a thought alive in the present moment. in this present moment, this thought is alive, this thought is not.
Yes.
Why?
It depends on.
Again, what is keeping this thought alive and not this thought alive? Is it not your attention that's keeping this alive? Your attention could have been on this, and this would be alive, wouldn't it?
Yes.
In the present moment again.
Yeah.
But if you take your attention back from here, put it on this thought becomes alive. This vanishes. So what keeps thoughts alive? In you, what keeps the thought alive? Your attention towards that thought. If you pay attention to a thought, it brings the thought alive. If you cease putting your attention on this thought, it's not alive anymore. Something else is alive, maybe. Yes? So how many of us think that they're thoughts too good? Most of us don't know about. Now tell me, thoughts trouble you? Or paying attention to thoughts troubles you? Who's responsible? Is it the thoughts? Or you paying attention to thoughts? Tell me. Did you experience this in this moment? That you pull your attention back from the perfect thought to the home thought, and this thought vanished. Did you not experience this? Now this is your own experience. That your attention keeps a thought alive, or your attention pulled back from the thought doesn't keep it alive, because this particular thought vanishes. Yes. So what's fueling the thought is your attention. Is it not? No? If it is, who's responsible for the thoughts? Bad news. You have to take the responsibility as well. You cannot blame your thoughts of the mind anymore. If you're seeing this, you see this. See this? Attention. No, you can put your attention on this thought. Do you have the sense of this attention that I'm talking about? Your attention goes on a thought. Your attention goes on another thought. Or you can put your attention back to the attention that you're doing. Can you see the attention? Can you put your attention on this attention itself? Can you? It's not a theoretical question. Are you doing it right now? In this moment, can you put your attention, bring attention to me? Can you put your attention back to the attention that you're paying? Please. You with me? Do you have the sense of this attention now? Is it close to you? The attention that you pay? Yes? Now this attention that you pay, on the other end of this attention is Shoonyo, if you're paying attention, assuming. On the other end of this attention is Shoonyo. What's on that side of the attention? What's on your side of the attention? Where does this attention start from? Do you have the sense of this attention, guys, please? Do you have the sense of this attention that you're paying? Who's paying this attention? Don't give me answers. Who's paying this attention? Look. And who's paying this attention? You have the sense of attention? With me, guys? You have the sense of attention? Who's paying this attention? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who's paying attention? Who's paying attention? Now answer this question. This one is paying attention. You with it? You with it? This one is paying attention. I want all of you to move your right hand this way. The one that's paying attention, is it gone anywhere? Is it still there? Still there? Move both your hands. Is it gone anywhere? Or is it still there? Is it still there? Now tell me, imagine you're in a marketplace or in the traffic. Will this go anywhere? Or will this be still there in the middle of the traffic, in the middle of the marketplace, where it's noisy and on? Does this go anywhere? The one that's paying attention, does it go anywhere? Do you have to be locked up in a meditation room for this to be alive, or is it alive all the time? In the marketplace, in the middle of the marketplace, you stand there. Is it still not there? The one that's paying attention. Is it still not there? You have a lot of thoughts. Mind's chattering. Is it still not there? Emotions are. Is it still not there? A lot of feelings. Grumpy. It's still not there. Is it still not there? Yeah? Is this vulgar or is this you? In this being, is there anything right or wrong? Can there be? Or it just is? Is there any definition or it just is? Or is? Is there any definition? Or it just is? Do you have to step in definition for this to be? Or the definitions remain as live when this stays attention? The definitions assume that I'm true. Which one, the definition or this, which one is different and which one is true? Is this dependent on any definitions? The one that's watching, is that dependent on any definition, any thought? Or is the thought dependent on the attention that this space? Which one is of essence and which one is temporary, can be defined?
I think both can be discarded. I don't think that there's an essence in both aspects.
The one that's watching as well?
Also that.
Awesome. Awesome. That's what remains.
There isn't anything that remains, I think.
Great. Great. Stay there. Great. Fabulous.
That's what your name is, right? Shoonyo. Shoonyo.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Isn't it just a bunch of cloths, like piled on top of
Okay.
me? But then when I take them all off, I don't see anything. Is it like that? But the cloths are there.
Feeling like an Indian?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where to feel.
You're not cutting it. Just feeling it. I see what you mean. Fine is good. Helps you feel more.
I won't stop.
There's no point, right? From here, do you have a aspire and go somewhere, someplace else to be happy? You get this quietness, you get this peace. What is it? Or maybe the peace and the quietness that you're talking about are even flavors of this nothing. Flavors together.
But we require that piece to find nothing,
Do we
I think.
require the peace to find the nothing?
It makes it easier. It's better than the makes us act.
Maybe the peace of mind, not this peace. Sometimes makes it say yes. The mind is quiet from the bed. But now that you've seen this, does the mind really have to be quiet? Or can it make all the noise that it wants, throw all the tantrums that it wants to, and you're still here? Okay, carry on. I'm listening to you. Not like that, yeah? It's still here. Yes, it's lovelies. You see this. You see this. In the marketplace, this is going away. Before you step into that, is this not present already? When in doubt, doubt the doubt first. Is the doubt not a thought? And has this thought not come from you? Can be a brilliant to pay attention to it? If you don't, are you not already there? Even if you do actually pay attention to it, get entangled in it, are you not already there? You have to be there in order to pay attention to it. Yes, no?
I'm allowing myself.
Sorry?
I'm allowing myself not to be there.
Are you living yourself?
Allow to be.
You know, yeah.
I created space.
Yeah. Yes.
There are times where I love myself, like there's stuff like mistakes. You get caught up with your mind. And that's a very important.
The mind.
At times, that's what we get paid for. End of the day, like a joke.
Maybe that's one way we know to get our bread and butter. That's one way we know to get our bread and butter, to go to the corporate world and obey the rules, listen to the boss, give the presentations. Maybe that's one way we know. There could be another way of telling stories. There could be another way of bringing your heart out. See what I'm saying? There could be another way, but we are so hooked onto this way, this known way of surviving, that that we feel insecure to believe this. But this very thing, this very method is alive because we pay attention to it, because we put our belief in it. Our belief makes it come alive. Right? What if you don't believe in this anymore and catch up with something else? Would that not come alive? What if this is not really serving us anymore? What if this has become suffocating? I'm not saying leave your jobs. I'm not suggesting leave the corporate world. But I'm saying, do you see that we exist before our choices do or before our beliefs do? And we hold on to things. Who's responsible? And who's living? And with this being, this living, is it healthier to live more with the beliefs, with all our attention in the beliefs and concepts, or is it healthier to come back to this and live with this more often? Which one's more healthier?
It has a price you got to be singing, you got to be.
Sorry?
It has a price you got to be singing, you got to be.
Is it? So when you get married, where does this go? This you that holds on to a belief, holds on to a person and gets married, does this you go anywhere and that gets replaced by your role as a husband?
No. And what it only one doesn't like this.
That's the part, right? That's the other part. If the other partner doesn't like it, or even if you don't like it, do you go anywhere? Or you delude yourself into a belief that I don't like this, or I don't want to go here, or the partner doesn't like it. In order to serve that, so you have to be there behind yourself and all these things, behind these observations, conclusions. Yes or no? How can you escape yourself? How can you escape yourself? For you to escape yourself, you must exist. And if you do, how do you escape? You have to escape, right? Have you? You can talk yourself into a belief, but you have to be there to talk yourself into a belief and then believe in it. Even if you say, I don't exist, somebody's saying this, right? I don't exist. How can you say I don't exist? Can you? Somebody has to be there to say I don't exist. Darlings, sweethearts.
You do exist, but you don't exist.
Yes. This is the
Depends on the
tip, right?
basis.
This is a tip I'm giving here. You see where it is? You see where it is? How can you deny your own presence? In order to deny something else with that. Yes? Say a person comes and says, I'm over here. Can you claim that way? Really? Can you claim it? You see what's happening? I am a humble person. Does that statement have any humility? It's not humility, right? So somebody is saying, I don't exist, or I get replaced when I get married. I'm not there. Can you say that? What's getting married?
You need to on your face.
What?
You need to on your face where someone like it. They don't like it.
They don't like what?
They don't like this. Please, not even whatever is not like it. I mean, not easy.
You're not trying to do anything. You're not trying to do anything. You're undoing. You're undoing the beliefs. You're taking your belief out of the beliefs that you have put in. You're taking the weight of the beliefs that you have put in. Externally, you can still be what you are, right? I'm still wearing the shirt. I should. Still wearing the shirt. Externally, doesn't make a difference. Does it?
It appears.
It appears. Externally, I talk, I don't become the talking. Externally, I still say Shoonyo. I don't become Shoonyo, as in the word Shoonyo. Why? But I'm there, right? In order to for this to happen, I must be there for me to deny myself. Yeah. Yes. No. Don't know.
So basically there has to be an object that does exist in order to refute its existence. It must exist in order to refute itself.
So it's self-contradictory from an objective view itself, right? Its own existence.
But you're just saying in order for me to deny myself, I have to been here in order to
Deny yourself.
yeah.
Is that it? Huh?
So that means that there's I exist on that conventional level.
It feels like we're moving up here now. To understand this logically.
Well, I think
Because the conventional level and the practical level are two levels created by the mind in order to understand and classify things logically. And I can see the mind doing all classifying, categorizing. I can see the mind doing all this. I exist before any of this classification, before any conventions. And don't exist before that existence. See what I mean? Stay there. Yes.
Maybe this intention and all this, is it an abstraction created by this, or is it something really closer to the idea of
See,
intention?
the essence is not to gather another idea of intuition or anything else and place it anywhere. That's not the thing. Is to understand intuition, if we get into the logical brain again, we're not going to get intuition because intuition itself means something which is not linear. You stack a pile of books, right? And that's linear. And you place a book in mid-air, that's intuition. It has no support, no logical support. And it's still in mid-air, it's intuition. Now, you're wanting to understand intuition logically and want to place it somewhere, it's not going to work.
There must be, I think that intuition is much closer to the idea of being.
It is.
For me.
It is. And hence it is illogical, right?
At times.
When is it logical? Whenever it is logical,
There's something, in the background going on which we don't really understand. It's like, the back end of our consciousness, the subconscious, which kind of upset and gives us even which we can't do understand.
right?
But that is much that being than anything else.
True. And it would be futile to want to understand it logically and classify it, to take it somewhere. We can be ourselves, and as an effect, just a side effect, you will see that intuition grows. You do things without having a logical reason behind doing things, and things work out really, really beautifully. That's what usually people call the flow of life. I'm in the flow. Be in the flow of life. That's what they say, right? And if you ask them how, they want me to tell you. If they do, they're doing it logically. It's not really the flow. So you can't classify this. At the most, what you can do is declutter yourself from what you're really not, and be with the essence that you are. Be the essence that you are. Keep your attention on the essence of whatever you feel is closest to you so far. And these forces of intuition and things start working. How? We don't know. We have to step into the known and the logical to know how. And that's where we mess it up today. You see? You know the story of this king who was given what do you say about that? Boon. Yeah, he was given a boon that you can ask for anything. And the king said, "What about a touch? Should get changed into gold." Right now, he's in a fix. He wants to eat, not. The moment he touches something, it becomes gold. He can't eat gold. The body doesn't accept it. The moment you touch anything, the moment you touch the concept of intuition or want to understand logically, it becomes something that cannot be digested. It's beyond logic. So anything which is beyond logic cannot be touched with logic. Can it? See, that's where we can. Can you take your mind to your foot, your right foot? Do you sense your right foot right now? To your left hand? Palm of your hand? Do you sense the palm of your left hand? With your mind? Yes, you're not touching it. You're sensing it using the mind. The mind is subtler than the body. So the mind can penetrate the body. Yes? Now there is something which is subtler than the mind, which can see the mind and its functions. Can the body penetrate the mind? Can the body penetrate the mind? So can you put your foot in the mind? No. You can put it in the sock. Can you put it in the mind? You cannot, because the mind is subtler. So only the subtler can penetrate the gross. You can notice your mind with something subtler. Intuition is subtler than logic. So logic cannot penetrate intuition. Intuition can see or discard logic, or the space where intuition flows. That space can discard logic or see logic. Not the other way around. So logically, you can't classify it, you can't place it anywhere. You can be. See what I mean?
So, something that cannot be defined by logic or cannot be understood by logic. How do you?
You can be it, right?
You just see it.
Yeah, you can say sense. Sense would be the closest word, I think. I said you can sense it. And I would say start trusting the sense more than logic. Start falling in love more than falling into plans. Do what you love rather than what you think is profitable, beneficial. Simple, small things in our daily life. Start doing what you love. Be with love more than, even if it doesn't make sense. I would love to go for a walk, go for a walk. I would love to call an old friend, call an old friend. If I call this friend now, it could be beneficial, and I could extract something from this friend, could get something from him or her. You know, when there is when you do something in order to get something out of it, it's calculative. It's a very superficial thing. It's far away from you.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you understand that this body or the appearance of it doesn't matter. When you understand that, and and then still you are paying attention to its appearance, paying attention to what kind of shirt you are wearing, paying attention to like I want it to be pressed. Then what is that?
Yeah, there are two ways of doing things. One is getting involved in doing it, and two, playing it. When Lord Krishna says, kill the other Arjuna, and he kills, he's not into the game, he's playing the game. Whereas the Kauravas at that point are into the game, they're very serious about it, and this guy's playing. Externally, we won't see any difference, and we'll say he's as ignorant as this guy is. Arjuna is as ignorant as Kauravas are. And Krishna seems to be as involved in the war, in the battle, as everyone else is. He's as ignorant as others are. We can't say that from outside. What's happening from the inside is different. Could be totally different. There could be two people dancing, one dancing out of yearning towards, say, in bhakti. One could be dancing in the yearning towards God, and the other could be dancing towards gratitude, through the gratitude of, oh God, you give me so much. So one could be yearning, the other could be gratitude. From outside, we'll see both of them dancing. We can't tell the difference. Both are crying. One out of yearning and one out of gratitude. From outside, we can't tell the difference. When from outside, we tend to tell the difference, there's a word for it, judgment. We judge from the external appearance. From inside, something else happening. And the temptation of telling something from outside is like the acrobat saying, you pay attention on me, I pay attention on you. And not doing that and focusing on us is what Phil is saying, no, you pay attention on yourself. I pay attention completely on myself. That's going in there. See the difference? Otherwise, Lord Krishna has Dwarka made up of gold. Such a utilitarian man. Why does he need gold? Gautam Buddha didn't need gold. He used to go and beg. So Gautam Buddha is such an unreliable person and Krishna is such a utilitarian man, isn't he? No, you can't judge from outside. How does it make a difference? If nothing matters anyway, why not live this way? He wants to, that's his natural expression. He lives it out. Buddha doesn't want to. No first he leaves his mahal, his castle, and goes on begging. What difference does it make anyway? If it doesn't make, when we see the difference, means we are giving weightage to something. We still have a lot of attachment towards money, and hence, or towards my employees, looking good, or whatever. So anything that we observe tells everything about us, nothing about the other. What's happening within the other person is something we have no clue. You see? J. Krishnamurti. Where did J. Krishnamurti? He used to wear a suit and he used to wear ties, black ties. Now, how long does it take to buy a black tie? It's a plain black tie. How long does it take? Sorry?
It could be a
Could be eternity. He was once in a shop and there were 25 ties on the table. And he's saying, no, only on this one. Can you show me more? J. Krishnamurti. Looking at ties and looking at cloth. That's what you can think, right? You can see it from the external. We can't judge it. We can't judge it. And there could be a person, Mahavir, who's naked, doesn't worry about clothes. And there could be Krishna who's like, why not live lavishly in the external world as well? It's a play anyway. So all these concepts, we have all concepts. And so this is our world, this is what spirituality is, this is what renunciation is, and so on and so forth. I'm saying, before we bought any of these concepts and ideas about the world, about spirituality even, or about myself. Before any of this, what is it? What am I? If you've got even a small taste of that, who am I today? That'll take you deeper. This is something which will not let you sleep now. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you in the beginning of the talk. I'm here to disturb you. Disturb your sleep. I'm talking about the sleep when you awake. During the day, the awakened sleep that we live in, the thoughts and all, taking all of us to live through it, not as this, from this place. So that sleep of our day-to-day life is something that will not feel as important anymore as when you're in this quiet space. This taste of nectar will bring you back to it again. Okay, so this is different. What am I getting the title of this? Let's start with audio reality, which is not just really real. Made up. We made it up. We said all in the go. It's not really I'm talking in the go. Doesn't. Just because we say no. But the teams can have one ball each and go, why fight unnecessary? We keep the game alive. Don't have to. Okay, we've been talking for 4 hours now. At least it would feel like 4 hours too, right?
Shouldn't be last question.
Last question from you. Okay.
Since you said
Now we all have to sit for some more time because we can stop and we can take some more questions offline. But if all of us are happy, we can continue this way.
One question is fine.
One question is fine. Okay.
Second is also fine.
That's the last one.
Okay.
Since you said it's not Shoonyo, it's not like Zen system. I'm just talking about Krishna. Where is this karma thing fit in? Because the reason it's not coming from head. It's a place I've been living in. Where people talk about karma for every single thing. Where is this actually fit in?
One, I didn't say this thing. I didn't. We can recording on this progress. You said this thing that you said that. I did. I pointed you in the direction to inquire if it makes sense. What is it? And some of us said that there's nothing. See what I mean? You see what I mean? I didn't. And there's no need to take any word of mine close to you and like live as it. See it for yourself. Otherwise, there's no point. There's no point. Now coming to the question, where does karma fit in? Okay. For karma to happen, there needs to be somebody who does the karma and someone else. And then fruit that you have to pay it back. You have to pay it back. What do we do? You know that, right? So for karma to happen and for you to pay it back, there have to be two. There need to be two. There needs to be a separation. So you do something and you separate to the existence. The existence that punishes you or gives you a candy in return. Because people are bad karma. They have to be two. Now my question to you is, are there really two? Are there really two? Because the moment you put your belief into there are two, so I am separate, then karma starts affecting you.
There's no close in that case.
Sorry?
There's no clone in that case.
There's no?
There's no clone. It's all same, even existence.
Maybe. But if it's still a maybe, I would say look at it deeply. Finish this off. Experientially, looking into it deeply, finish this off. We're not speculating mentally. There's no point in taking any answers from you guys. There's no point in speculating and saying, okay, so karma fits in here. No. See it for yourself fully. The moment we believe into more than one, the moment we believe that I am so and so, I am so and so, as against everything else, true. And this has not happened in the past in our childhood. This is happening in this moment. In this moment, if we take ourselves as this is who I am, separate to the universe, this thought and bind into this thought starts creating karma, or creates karma in this moment. Before this thought of I am so and so are the two. If you drown into that, then where's karma? Who is going to punish whom? There's just one. I'm saying if again because I want you to take this on face value, see it for yourself deeply. Don't take this as a concept. Surely last time you said there's only one. No, I didn't. All I'm here to do is to point, to ask questions so you can see it for yourself. I'm not giving any answers. Right? So that's what I'm out in. You too.
You go to analyze.
Are you or not?
That's a question of myself.
Good. That's a good question. How are you enlightening yourself in this moment? Believing into what thought? Are you unenlightening yourself in this moment? Sit with that for a moment. One more question?
Yeah, so if intuition is really unexplainable, how do we explain artificial intelligence?
How do we explain our?
Artificial intelligence. Yeah.
We explain it based on our convenience and our comfort. Does it make it true?
Because algorithms which can mimic intuition.
There was a person. See, there was a person. I won't go into algorithms. I've given that up years ago. There's this Zen master again who wakes up in the morning and there's sunrise and the sun rises. And in the evening, he says sunset and sunsets. He keeps doing this for years and years. Probably he's learned it from his parents and grandparents. That's what they do as a family. Every morning they command the sun to rise and the sun rises. Every evening they command the sun to set, the sun sets. Now the entire village knows this. The entire village comes to him. They revere him, respect him a lot. That this guy is the one who is keeping the sun going. This family is the one that keeps the sun going around the earth. The sun goes through there. So one day, what happens is this keeps happening for years and years and years, for 20, 30 years. And one day, this guy feels, okay, this has been happening for a long time now. Hasn't the sun learned anything artificially? Hasn't the sun learned that it's supposed to rise every day and set every day? So the next morning, this guy says, okay, let me not come on the sun and see if it's lit or not. So he doesn't come on. The sun rises. He says, okay, let's see in the evening. In the evening again, it doesn't come on the sun to set, but the sun sets. The following morning, same thing. No command, the sun rises. No command, the sun sets. This happens for 3 days. Then the man stops checking and tells himself that the sun has now learned that it has to rise in the morning and set. Good conclusion, right? The sun has now learned that it's supposed to. So I have trained the sun, and the sun has now learned that it's supposed to rise in the morning and set in the. How do you get this man out of this conclusion? How do you get this man out of this conclusion? Now he's even stop commanding. He says, I can relax now. The sun has learned its lesson. Is it so? Or was it already always doing the same thing without his command? We arrange everything according to our logic, whether it is so or not. Whether it's so or not. We arrange things according to our logic. Anything we do, we are limited. We as in this body, as long as we experience everything through this body, we are limited in time. We experience life through time. Does time even exist? Or is it just a limitation of the body or the experiences that we experience everything in time? What if we didn't have a body? Does time exist? And if it doesn't, how do we say that we taught the machines, gave the machines artificial intelligence? Because we have to do it in time. We have to have the past, the present, and future. But if time doesn't exist, everything collapses into one point. Or everything collapses into now, flash. And who's taught whom? The sun has now. Listen, we are according to logic, unlimited, stupid logic. Yes? Just because we experience it that way. The body has its limitations. 20 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz. Nothing more than we are. Dogs have better. You got a hearing capacity than that. Yes? Dogs hear better than us. They can hear the sounds that we can't in the human body. So how far do we take this logic and fit artificial intelligence into our limited experience of time and space and logical understanding? The sun has been rising and setting. Does that answer your question?
For now, yes.
Yeah, because I didn't want to answer your question. Does that not answer your question? Do you see the irrelevance of the question in our being ourselves rather than being in the body and experiencing the limitations through the senses? It's not irrelevant yet.
No, it's like this is a bit of curiosity. We shall
We shall always hold.
We shall always question and good to question.
It's good to question, and it's good to have intelligent questions.
There are no questions which are not easy. Every question is a trial for doing something. That's not
Yes, yes, but questions take us to loop and take us nowhere. Say questions like, why are leaves green? the answer to which a biologist or a scientist would say, because leaves are chlorophyll. To which the questioner can ask, why do leaves have chlorophyll? To which the biologist can give another answer. Biologist, whoever the scientist is, they can give another answer saying because so and so process, photosynthesis, and blah blah blah. And why that process? And you can keep asking this question forever and ever and ever and not reach the root of this why at any point, even with regards to the leaf. Now, how intelligent is that question when we are wanting to decipher the experience of life or the meaning of life?
True, but we don't
It's
have
just one leaf.
you don't have to abandon curiosity
You don't have to. I'm just saying it's intelligent to ask questions which will resolve all the questions. If you really want answers, if you really have curiosity at its peak, and not just entertainment, if you're not looking for entertainment, then you will want answers. What if you find an answer which resolves all the questions that you have? Like curiosity fulfilled, totally. This question doesn't seem that it'll fulfill any kind of curiosity. In fact, it'll multiply the questions. In the external world, when it comes to why, there are very scientific questions. The entire science depends on why. And in this external world, it's expanding universe. The questions will keep multiplying. The curiosity will keep multiplying. We're just fooling ourselves by saying, I'm curious. If we keep asking these kind of questions. You really want to ask a question that can be answered, and all the questions resolved into the answer. That's really curiosity. It won't be entertainment. We won't be fooling ourselves in that. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You won't have food or just cook food. You eat it. Why would you cook it twice? If you keep thinking about food and cooking food, like we sometimes do in our semi-sleep stage, that we're hungry, we're thirsty, but we cannot get off the bed, and we keep thinking, okay, I've gone to the kitchen now. Is that with you? On the kitchen, I'm drinking water now. Has this happened to you guys? Or something else? We fulfill that in our heads, in the churning mind, but does that quench our thirst really? If it doesn't, it's stupidity. We're fooling ourselves with that. I'm asking you to get up, go and drink water, really. Quench your thirst. Otherwise, we're just in our heads. We're curious, and it's taking us nowhere. See what I mean? The existence of this question being the most crucial question cannot be denied. Because nothing else makes sense without this being resolved. Everything is kind of one step outside, without the existence. Looking into the television and resolving everything that's going on Big Boss and Big Brother, but that's not real life, you're here. And in this television, we have everything projected through our limited experiences of the body-mind. Quantum physics will prove, or has shown, that anything that happens within the test tube is a result of the observer who's outside the test tube. Change the perspective of the observer, and whatever's happening within the test tube changes. Yes? You know these findings of quantum physics? And if that's so, what's the point in doing any experience, any experiment? What's the point in taking a curiosity into the experiment experience, which is getting affected by our anyway? The electron experience, experiment, shooting the electrons and then whether it's with pattern or particle. You know that experiment? And because something is watching, it changes its behavior. Now, how do you prove anything? Through your curiosity, through your logical mind, unless you become the universe itself that observes and that changes. In a sense, and then understand, oh, this is life. There's no substitute to being. Can't think it through. Thinking is one step out, which is getting affected by what is beingness. So my friend, curiosity can only take you so far within. There are not the television or the experiential, limited experiential life that we live through the body, not beyond it. But you are beyond it. If you are in this body experiencing through the body, but you're beyond it as well. You don't know it yet. Worth exploring though. Yes? Can we stop like this? Is this okay? Thank you so much for listening so closely, so attentively. Thank you so much. Love you. Love you.
I'm Sheila.
You are not Sheila, but you can call me Sheila.
Coordinating this tool and the feature that we have. So